Mother's love. At the time Jayalakshmi entered Shastri's house as his second wife, Nanjundaiah, her stepson, was living with his maternal grandparents in Kandukur. When Shastri remarried, his relationship with his in-laws from his first marriage turned sour. Nanjundaiah, who was about 10 years old, would come to Bommeparthi occasionally to visit his father. Whenever he came, Jayalakshmi gave him a royal welcome. She prepared special delicacies for him. She gave him an oil bath. She entertained him with jokes, stories, and games. The innocent young child would revel in her love. He began visiting every weekend. Any father would feel thrilled to see his son treated well by his stepmother. It is no wonder that Shastri became a puppet in Jayalakshmi's hands. Nanjundaiah, who loved Jayalakshmi for the affection that she showed towards him, kept pestering his grandmother to invite her over to their home. For Ambamma, the grandmother, Nanjundaiah meant more than the whole world. Whatever the child demanded, she treated it as a command. Jayalakshmi tried her best to re-establish Shastri's broken relationship with his relatives. In those days, when the women folk visited their relatives, they did not simply sit back to relax, but mixed in and helped with the household chores. Ambamma began to feel as if her own daughter had returned when she saw Jayalakshmi moving about affectionately in the house. However, she did not like to admit it. There existed a certain amount of jealousy in her heart. Jayalakshmi was aware of it, and she tried her best not to ruffle any feathers. During one of her visits, as Jayalakshmi tried to reach up for a pot of ghee that was suspended from the ceiling, the pot slipped from her hand, fell to the ground and broke. The ghee spilled all over. By God's grace, Ambamma happened to be in the cowshed at that time. Jayalakshmi was frightened to imagine Ambamma's reaction when she came back in. She could anticipate the unpleasant scene that would result if Ambamma and Shastri were to engage in a verbal battle as a consequence of this mishap. Just then Nanjundaiah walked in and found his stepmother in distress.
Why do you look so sad, Auntie? What happened? Oh.
He came to know the reason for it and tried to find a solution. He told Jayalakshmi that even if she offered a full pot of ghee to compensate for this, the way his grandmother's thought process works, she would claim that had this pot not been broken, she would have had 2 pots of ghee. That's just her nature.
Tell her that Nanjundaiah broke it,
he suggested. Jayalakshmi was not willing.
How can I tell a lie? How can I put the blame on an innocent child?
In that case, you just keep quiet. Let me handle the situation,
he told her without waiting for her approval and started screaming loudly.
Avva! Avva!
Ambamma rushed in.
Yes, I'm coming. What happened?
Nanjundaiah screamed at her accusingly.
How careless can you be? I put my hand up like this to get the ghee, and a pot toppled over. I was lucky that didn't break my head.
Oh my God. I probably put it there in a crooked position. Forget about that stupid ghee spilling on the floor.
She examined the top of Nanjundaiah's head to make sure that he was unharmed. Jayalakshmi tried her best to control her laughter at the trick played by Nanjundaiah. The love that Ambamma had for her grandson was probably greater than the love that Jayalakshmi had for her stepson. But Jayalakshmi's love won the heart of Nanjundaiah. Why? The love of Ambamma was selfish and the love of Jayalakshmi was pure and unblemished. Although Nanjundaiah was not aware of this distinction, naturally his love flowed towards Jayalakshmi. Children can detect when there is selfishness, an ulterior motive, jealousy, or contempt in the type of love shown by the elders towards them. When they grow up, the children do not show respect towards such persons. It is futile for elders to lament,
"Oh, I sacrificed so much in raising these children. Why are they now so ungrateful?"